Good day, tutors and fellas. My name is Carlos Joan Hernandez Naranjo. I'm a student to be a teacher in foreign languages in UNAD University. In this moment, I'm a student of sixth semester, and in this moment, in this environment, in this video, I'm going to share information about the foreign languages acquisition subject. Okay. This subject in UNAD University is one of the most important because in this space it's the start or the line to start to complete the process because before semesters we took the information about the part of theory, and in that moment we need to complete a specific subject to in this moment we receive the information or the information to reflect the process in practice, but it's necessary clarified in these semesters with a specific subjects only. We are students in this moment, not a teacher, but in our practice sites, we shall see the information or that teachers in that institute, school, or professors assigned give knowledge in the students about this process, and well, this is the reason. And finally, in the last subject, it's necessary to complete hours like a teacher in a specific all time. Well, in this course, foreign languages acquisition, it's necessary to identify this course has four phases we need to complete in this process in the semester. For example, in this first semester, it's necessary to identify what it was, the documents, process, subjects, seminary pre-practica I had been completing to finally we receive this process. Now, in this process, in the first phase, it's necessary to identify what is the next step by step to continue in the next future process. So, for example, this is the reason of the first video, because this is the first activity in this subject. And finally, we continue with another phases, but in this phase, in the first phase, it's necessary. I'm going to say you about this course and the process to shall have our practice sites. For example, well, the first part, it's necessary to complete the rest of the phases with practice environments to give this or to will receive our scores. For example, in the second phase, it's necessary to complete 8 hours as observable student. Only see that teacher, and the other second hours, it's necessary to complete or create activities, and then to will give that activities in the institute. And finally, the other 2 hours, it's necessary to complete the SAPEC, where our teachers give us the instructions to complete every document to upload in our in our platforms in this subject. For example, the next, if I remember in this moment, it's necessary to complete 8 hours as an observatory student, 2 hours in to create activity, and finally in the last phase it's necessary to complete 3 hours. If I remember, give me a moment. Yes, it's necessary to complete the 3 hours with our teachers in SAPEC. The others is necessary to complete the process with a portfolio to submit that information, that documents with our experience in our practice sites. And finally, the last option is the simulator, when in that moment we'll have received information, environments, real environments, and verify this process to complete. What else? Well, this is the first part with this subject environments. The foreign languages appreciation. The next step in this video, it's necessary to confirm, how I said before, give me a moment, the process with el acuerdo 079 del 2022 del 29 de marzo. In what document we will verify our rights and rules before to start this process, and finally when we'll stay in our practice size. For example, it's necessary to identify what is the UNADista attitude in every environment in that institute, what is the necessary things to do. It's necessary to verify, first, it's necessary to complete, how I said before, in a specific subject to see this process. For example, introduction to linguistics, didáctica, servicio social unadista. It's important because it's this subject is to complete our process, even that subject doesn't have credits to complete this process, but it's necessary. For example, it's in a specific necessary to complete this process. The next, if I verify that situation, it's set up in Seminario Pre-Practica subject. That subject doesn't have credits, so the only intention in this process is necessary to identify we have been completing every subject or the key lines in the process with the subject to state here. The other one, this is the first part. Seminario Pre-Practica, in our platform we can see the information or change the status to revision. Applicante, if I have that information correct. And the next part, it's necessary to upload the documents because our university needs to give us the RRL, aseguradora de riesgos laborales, because our function, it's necessary, how I said before, in this moment as a student to see the or investigate in our practice sites, but it's this subject has two parts. For example, the theoretical practice and theoric practice. So this is the reason because our university needs our documents because they need to create our register in a specific area according with Colombian laws. The next one, it's in this moment when we'll send our documents and our teachers gave us in that moment our practice sites, because in the Seminario Pre-Práctica assign us our practice according with a specific list or institute or schools list, and we need to verify if I have the possibility to see this information about this process. Yeah. Another thing you need to have present, our sites of practice will be or could be our practice in the next semesters to complete our process. And if you have issues or problems in the future opportunities, it's necessary to inform our teachers according our regionals in Colombia that situation, because it's necessary to enroll again the process with Seminario Pre-Práctica, and then our teachers, if they have the possibility in their hands, assign us the new practice sites. Well, this is the first part. The other part about this process of the document, it is, if I remember, it's the document Lineamientos para el desarrollo de la práctica pedagógica y educativa, because this is a perfect document given that include all information I said before, but all complete, because in this part this document show us the information in what part started the process, the high school practice in their students or with us, what was proceeding or changing since in that moment was the law had been creating and until our days. In the next part, this document show us the specific subjects to see first, our subjects to see after, or sorry, before, to create our inscription in about these courses. The next part, it's necessary, I remember, we need to complete a specific hours before and then assign our sites of practice. In this document we can see the information, how I said before, in a specific subjects to need to complete in every first before to receive the our practice sites. Obviously, in our university in SDU, Escuela de la Educación, give us this possibility. The next part, if I remember, this document is like a step by step to do in our practice sites as an ethical professional. And the next part, it's necessary to verify in this process. The process about with RUL, the simulator. In this case, it's necessary to verify we haven't done that activity first, because this activity is necessary to complete until the last phase. Because if you try to do this process in the first time, that platform has one opportunity to to complete this process. So, and this simulator has a score too. So it's necessary do our phases in the period times according our teachers assign us when had received us as their students. Yep, this is all the information about these documents. And if you have questions about this process, try to communicate with tutor and verify this process or every questions. So thank you for hearing me in this video, and have a wonderful night or day or depend.